It's crunch time here on The Jump. A year ago today was opening night. The Raptors began their title defense by beating the Pelicans in overtime, and in the nightcap, the Lakers began their championship campaign with a loss to the Clippers. Paul, we don't know when the next season will begin, but who would you like to see in that first game of the year?
Probably of course, the Lakers.
Right.
And maybe the Clippers. We never got to see it in the playoffs. Let's see what the new remake Clippers are with Ty Lue are going to look like opening night. Let's see it.
All right, what about an early game? Give me like a game that can be in the East time zone. Something? Anything?
Oh, yeah, of course we got to have Boston and Miami.
Okay.
I got to see that.
There you go, Amin.
No, I got you guys right here. The late game is Heat at Lakers.
Okay.
The rematch, right? But the early game, Clippers at Mavericks. I want to see Luka get another crack at it.
Okay.
Not bad.
See, I would go Clippers at Sixers. So you get the Doc connection there, right? Like you get the Doc Bowl in the early game, and then I would go Heat Lakers in the nightcap. All right, let's move on. This happened in 2018, but it's making its way around the internet today. Current LA Chargers quarterback Easton Stick showing off his football handles while he was in college at North Dakota State. Now, we've seen Allen Iverson do this on video as well. Paul, dribbling a basketball was a required skill for your former job, but is dribbling a football impressive?
It's quite hard to do, as it's not round and it just doesn't bounce.
Yeah, because here you are trying to do it. Yeah, not so easy.
There you go. There it is. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Not bad. Come on now. Give me some credit. Come on, a little bit. Got a little bit.
There you go. The high dribble. Lost that one quick. Yeah, that didn't work out so well.
That didn't work out.
Yeah, you did carry on it once, too, there. Do we
Hey,
have one
George,
more?
One more.
Here's the.
Boom.
Well, that's a huge carry right there.
There we go.
There you go. You almost got it.
Let's move on. Kevin Pelton released his rankings of free agent rankings for ESPN.com this morning and on the ESPN app. It's no surprise, AD, Anthony Davis, is at the top of the list. Fred VanVleet is number 2, but he has Christian Wood at number 3, ahead of players like Brandon Ingram. So, Amin, who would be interested in signing someone like Christian Wood, and what could he add to a team?
Well, I'll explain it like this. This is the value of Christian Wood. First of all, he's a guy who hasn't made a lot of money in his career. He's fairly young, but he's a big who has the inside-outside kind of a combination. He's a guy with good shooting touch from three-point range and finishes well in the basket and is a tremendous rebounder. In today's modern NBA, this is the kind of big that everybody's looking for. Rim protector, rebounder who can also shoot. Bring him to me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. He has loads of potential. I can see him potentially on the Boston Celtics. That's a nice fleet. That's a great piece for them. They can use that, but he has loads of potential. I mean, I love watching the kid.
All right, let's move on. Speaking of free agents, Danilo Gallinari is now taking suggestions about his next landing spot, posting this on Twitter with the caption, "Where to next?" Let's help Danilo out here, Paul. Where next?
Anywhere a team looking for championship aspirations and a veteran guy that, you're only going to get a couple more good years out of him. So maybe Golden State, Houston, or even the Boston Celtics. No, but realistically, Denver Nuggets. Realistically, Denver Nuggets. I talked about that. Millsap, I think he's going to be out there free, and he could fit right in that position instead of Millsap.
Well, George, he could have had his money and played for a championship if he had agreed to a deal and extension to Miami back in February, but he messed that one up on his own, looking for more money. Now that he's ready to take a discount, Portland would be a nice little fit there at the end of that position, but I've got another one for you. What about the Lakers?
Yes.
For minimum. They've been looking for that number 3 guy. They never really found it. They did it by committee. He'd fit in perfectly there.
I just don't see the minimum part being in the equation. I mean, even
he said he wanted to leave the money on the table. I didn't say it.
Yeah, but not that much.
Yeah, that's a lot of money, though. Yeah, I mean, listen, I do think he's perfect for the Lakers. Don't get me wrong. He's perfect for a lot of teams, including Miami, who he could have been playing for last season. But anyway, let's move on. Victor Oladipo is a year away from free agency, but there have been plenty of rumors suggesting he plans to leave Indiana. New Pacers head coach Nate Bjorkgren said Oladipo texted him after learning of his hire, and they had a great talk, according to the coach there. So, what should the Pacers do with Oladipo?
Well, I think, if you listen to the chatter, all signs are pointing that he wants out. He doesn't want to be in Indiana. I don't think that has anything to do with either the old coach Nate or the new coach Nate. I think this is more about just he feels his career would be better off somewhere in a big market. So if I'm Indiana, I start to think about moving him ahead of time rather than losing him for nothing.
Yeah, I agree. I think you should move him. I mean, he's a star player, and he was an all-star on that team. But just let's be all honest. He's not the player that's going to take them to the championship. You know, in order to win a championship, you need a top-5 player in this league. And I don't know if Oladipo, with all his injuries, was going to get there. And so if you can add some assets and trade them, I think that's what you do moving forward, because they have a really good team who are stuck in the middle. But they just need that one or two couple pieces that can help them get over the top.
I'd be curious to see a team that's a contender that wants to save cap space in 21 sign him or trade for him, because they'll still have his rights. And, you know, for the 21 offseason, he'd be off the books in theory and could go over the cap for him potentially.
Dallas.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.